Welcome to Owner Insights, the podcast that uncovers stories about businesses and their owners. I'm James Orchard, Managing Director of the Crew Harris Orchard. In each episode, I sit down with a business owner to hear their stories. We discuss things like why they started their business, what was their motivation, the mistakes they've made, the lessons they've learned, keys to growth, and what they do differently. These aren't how-to guides or do-as-I-say tips, just real conversations between two business people. Join us as we explore what it takes to become a truly great business. Steven Bosley, welcome to Owner Insights. You've had a fascinating journey, and I hope we can do it justice in the next 40 minutes or so. But why don't we start at your current position? Tell us about your business. Tell us roughly what its turnover is, numbers that you're comfortable telling, of course, how many people you employ, and then can you give us a summary of what your business does?
Okay. Well, thanks for having me. In essence, I'm a simple purveyor of chipboard. We just sell a lot of chipboard for a company called Amorini. Amorini, we employ 60, 65 people, turnover about 30 million now and growing.
That's a lot of chipboard.
It's a lot of chipboard, but we do it in some really nice kitchens. We have a network of kitchen distributors. We own probably half of those. We do a lot of work through Bunnings, a lot of work through Mitre 10s, but primarily through the building industry in Australia. So South Australia, Victoria, and somewhere up the eastern seaboards, but selling kitchens.
Right. So what's your position?
I'm the managing director.
Yep.
They probably call me now I title myself the CIO, which is the Chief Innovation Officer, which basically means I can turn up 3 days a week whenever I want and innovate. Innovation is what I love, so I just innovate now. And the boys run the company, Christopher and Mitchell. I'm just there.
Your sons?
My sons.
Yes.
Yeah, my sons run it. They're doing a brilliant job. So it's enabling the succession to we're leading into succession now.
Yeah, and you to be the CIO.
CIO, the Chief Innovation Officer. Yeah,
so you've got your two sons. Are there other externals involved? Like, do you have a board? Or
yeah, we have a small board.
Yep.
Chris Marshall from your firm, he sits on the board.
Yep.
Chris gives great value. He sits there and listens, as Chris does, and offers some great advice. And we have our finance, Alex Scott. Alex is on the board. And we also have Ken Trowbridge, and Ken's a unique person. He's from the tools. And he comes in from the trade side and just gives us balance. Whenever we think we can achieve anything, Ken's probably the first one to pull us in line.
So chipboard doesn't sound that complicated.
So not rocket science.
Well, you might just need to expand on that a bit, because it's really interesting that you would have an innovation officer. I know that might be a bit of a joke, but it's probably a lot of seriousness behind it as well. It's really interesting that you would have such a role involved at the top. So can you just expand a little bit about why a business which supplies the kitchen industry needs an innovation officer?
Yeah, I don't know that we need an innovation officer, but it's intrinsic in our culture to innovate. Right. And I just probably title myself as the head of that. So we're always looking, exploring. We've got a guy in India today. He flew over yesterday. He's got 1 day at work today. Looking at a particular product that we cannot get from anywhere else in the world for an outdoor barbecue, outdoor kitchen setting.
Yep.
So he flew over on Sunday. He's in a meeting all day today and will fly home tonight, looking at a particular product for us. So normally that might have been me going as innovation officer, but once I find the product, the process, the system, we then have it's in our DNA for people to then follow through and check up and make sure the innovation's going forward. It might not necessarily be a product. It can be a system. It can be a way of doing business. It can be a way of interacting with a customer. It can be anything. Innovation to us is basically I'm trying to break the business every time I do something. If I can make the business so robust that even with some of the probably crazy ideas that I have, if it can get through everybody and they all believe it's right to go, then we're on the way forward. So innovation's just us. We just innovate, whether it be in a laminated product, in a board product, in a benchtop product, in any sort of product.
But Steve, you turn over $30 million.
We could do a lot more if we wanted to, but we love the bottom line.
Okay, you got good margins. Why do you need to innovate? Why don't you just?
No, you would just fall behind. Everyone, as soon as we do something, we're targeted.
So your competitors are pretty innovative as well.
Yeah, the industry is innovative. Australia is very good. South Australia, especially in our world, in our kitchen world, so to speak, we have some very good operators in South Australia.
Okay, so can you give me an example then of whatever this guy was coming over here from India to change, or give us an example of something in a kitchen now which wasn't there 5 years ago, which you changed.
I suppose from an innovation perspective, we've got as an example, we've got a product that doesn't have any silicosis in it. Most people would have recently heard about the trouble with silicosis in stone bench tops, and it was banned in Australia.
Yes.
Yeah, that. So as an example, we've got a product which doesn't have any silicosis. It can be cut and machined with normal cabinet making tools, normal woodworking tools.
Yep.
And by doing that, we've been able to, as an example, Bunnings are now our main distributor of that product.
Mm-hmm.
Bunnings and a company called Hayfley through Mitre 10s. So they distribute that product, and no one was doing that sort of product in the volume we would, in the way we were, not just the product, but in the way we cut it, polished it, packaged it, and were able to distribute around Australia in 48 hours. So from the time someone in a Bunnings store in Toowoomba walks in, they're able to do a design, price it up for them, press a button, it comes to us and goes straight to our machine. So the innovation is not just in the product, the innovation is very much in the process.
Right.
The process and the system is, we'd be more innovative there than you can be just, as you're right, chipboard is chipboard.
Yeah.
So you got to be clever with the way you go about moving that chipboard around the country.
Okay, so how'd you discover that needed to be done?
The stone industry is very cumbersome in Australia. Most people would know when they get a kitchen, by the time the stone people come out, it can extend the lead time by a month. It really affects handing over to builders on time. So we had to find a product that we could, when we finished the installation of the joinery, we could turn around and get a bench top basically fitted almost at the same time.
Okay. So it sounds like you've got a really in-depth knowledge of not just your end product, but of everything that goes on behind the scenes and behind the production of that end product. These are real business skills. Where'd you learn those?
I think through the journey, coming from as a tradesperson.
So what's your trade?
I'm a metalworker.
Okay. Okay, so straight out of school.
Where'd
you go to school?
Seacombe High, now called Seaview High.
Okay, right.
Straight out of there, straight to a trade.
Yeah.
Hayden Engineering I worked with. And then and my father-in-law started Wallspan in 1983 after successfully starting another company called Use It.
Yep.
And my knee blew up. I thought I might be a sports person, which was never going to work anyway.
Yeah.
And so that can I have a career in sales, basically, sales and marketing.
Okay.
And a week later, I'm running the show.
How old were you?
21.
Right. And what was Wallspan doing?
Doing wardrobes and kitchens.
Yeah.
Which we had for about 20 years, and then we sold that.
Yeah. So it was the old-fashioned leave high school, try and be a professional footballer. That doesn't work out because your knee gets blown out. End up selling wardrobes.
Yep.
Okay. So you're doing all the hard yards in a business that your father-in-law started.
Yep.
Wallspan. And then where did that go? So you're 21 now. You're running the show.
Running the show.
He must have believed in you.
I'd hope so.
21 running the show.
He's David's passed away now, God bless him, but a beautiful person. Anne was my mentor.
Mm-hmm.
So he came out from the UK and he believed, like a lot of people from the UK, anything's possible.
Yep.
What do they call them, the people on the boats?
10-pound poms.
10-pound pom, like my wife. She was one of the, I still call her a pom, even though she's been here for all her life.
Yeah.
So they came out and he basically showed me anything's possible and believed in me. He did believe in me, which is great.
Yeah. Well, it's a big call to leave your homeland and move so far. I mean, back then that would have been a lot further than it is today.
Yeah.
Metaphorically, of course. Really, the immigrants that came, such positive attitudes and that rubbed off on you, obviously.
Yes, it did.
So where did things go with Wallspan?
Wallspan we had a great business. We built it from one store to quite a few stores. We had, at one stage, if you wanted a kitchen quote in Adelaide, you might go to Use It, which we had. You might go around the corner to Wallspan, and you might go to a Bunnings store in Parafield or in Mile End, and either way, you're getting one of our kitchens that we would manufacture.
Right.
So we built it. We did build a great business that then we ended up selling 20 years later.
Right. And why'd you sell it?
My brother-in-law, Paul, who was very much a part of our business in our life. Paul, I made the fatal mistake one time. I gave him a free racing car thing at somewhere, Malala probably. I bought him a present. He absolutely instantly fell in love and didn't want to work anymore.
Right.
So Paul decided, and he looked after manufacturing, so I thought we better get out of manufacturing. And we wanted to get out of manufacturing anyway. Our main intent was just to sell the manufacturing side of the business and keep and grow Wallspan as a retail brand because we were good at that. Yeah. And then a company came along and bought us.
So why do you want to get out of manufacturing?
Manufacturing, as I think most people would say in Australia, it's very. We were making money. It's not that. It's just hard business. It's hard business. It's really, really hard to get people, like diabolically hard. It's harder now, but it was still hard 25 years ago.
Yeah. So you got out of manufacturing. So just to be clear, Amorini doesn't manufacture what you're selling to your customers because you decided to get out of that.
Yeah.
So sorry, jumping forward a bit here.
That's right.
But where does Amorini get its chipboard from to sell to its customers?
The core white box that we all know, we call that the cabinet sort of thing.
That's the kitchen.
It's a kitchen because it's got a lot of air in it once it's assembled.
Yeah.
Because we never wanted to be DIY, modelling a company called Howden's in the UK. We buy those locally. There's a couple of really good local manufacturers, so we buy those from them. They turn up in a few days. And we bring all the rest of our products in from all the doors, the hardware, the handles. We bring it in from Germany, Austria, Italy, China, and Vietnam at the moment.
Right.
So we bring them all in boxed up, all packaged up. We're in essence, Amorini is just, all we are now is a logistics business.
Right.
Amorini is a logistics business.
Yeah, okay. All right. So glad we've established that. Let's now go back to selling Wallspan. So you're 40-odd.
Yep.
You sell Wallspan, but you don't sell all of it, do you?
No, we don't. Enough to buy the house, build a big house, buy the Harley, buy the car, do everything else and think you're done.
Right.
Play a little golf.
So you're 40.
And bought out of my brains.
Right. So you sold half your business?
Yeah.
Half of Wallspan.
Half, and we had to keep half in.
And who'd you sell it to?
We told it to some VC people.
Right.
That then became Australian Kitchen Industries.
So VC being venture capital.
Venture capital.
Yeah.
Really good people.
Right. So was it venture capital or was it private equity?
It was private equity predominantly.
Right. Okay. So they've bought 50% of you. You've now got a pile of money to go and spend on toys.
Yep.
Which you did.
Yep.
Great.
Did it well.
Good. And then what?
And then the investment started unravelling a bit. I was running the South Australian division with Paul. I was looking after sales and marketing for this bigger company that I was a bit in awe of. CEO.
So these are the private equity guys.
These are private equity guys.
Right.
Great chairman. Still have good relationships with the two chairmen I had during this period.
Yeah.
Really good people.
Yeah.
We built it, but then the model basically fell down when people wouldn't probably remember this one, but when Bunnings were coming from the west and BBC were from the east.
Yeah. BBC were the private equity guys?
No, BBC were another hardware chain.
Okay. Yep.
When Bunnings brought out BBC,
yep,
they took over and we got kicked out of 30 stores.
Right. Wow. So that's a setback.
Oh, yeah, it was. It was a big setback.
And you've still got 50% of this business?
Yeah. So I'm fighting for the family money, basically.
Yeah, right, for the 50%. So what the private equity guys say about that? How'd they respond?
We just then had to build another brand. So we built another brand called Kitchen Connection, which is still running around these days.
So where does Amorini come from then? When does that start coming into play?
Towards the probably 5-6 years later, when I spent Tuesdays on a plane, coming home on a Thursday night, running the show.
So you're in Sydney.
I'm in Sydney now.
Running this business for private equity.
For a period of time.
Yeah, you're mid-40s.
Yep.
You're flying backwards and forwards every week from Sydney to run this business.
Yep.
Because they wanted you to stay.
Yep.
Yep. Keep going.
And then there was a need for a particular bench top which evolved to the one I mentioned previously that we have in Bunnings now. There was a need for a few products, and that business didn't want to risk my ideas. So for bringing in bench tops and bringing in doors. So I started a company called Amorini with full blessing of the board.
Yeah.
We had enough money. So we started a little thing called Amorini.
So that was a side hustle at that time?
Side hustle while I was still CEO of AKI.
Yeah, right. So 21 you're running Wallspan, 40 you've sold to private equity, 45 you're starting a side hustle. Where did and part of the reason you did that was because private equity weren't comfortable with your ideas.
They weren't comfortable with the ideas, and I believed I could run a business at the end of my tenure with 1 or 2 or 3 people and have a great life, travelling a lot, because it was all based around finding new products from overseas and bringing it in, and I love travelling.
Okay.
It was going to pay for my holidays.
Okay. So you've got some ideas that private equity doesn't like.
Yep.
You start doing this on your own.
Yep.
And obviously some of these ideas work.
Yep, they work.
What were the ideas that worked?
There was a particular bench top that I explained earlier that we had to bring in so the cabinet maker could finish it on site. And another one was painted doors. Back in the day, there were 2-pack painted doors. It was a very expensive, very timely, a horrible process getting kitchen doors in Australia painted. So we just brought them in, imported, and lots of them.
And that worked?
That worked, as long as you liked a white kitchen.
So philosophically, white kitchen's pretty popular then.
They were.
Philosophically, do you reckon that you would have had the luxury of being able to think of these things had you not had the financial backing from your sell to private equity 5 years earlier?
Yeah, no, the cash was good. We needed the cash to do it. We needed cash, but we also had brilliant.
No, but I'm saying, do you think if you search within yourself, had you not had that money, that you would have been able to be so entrepreneurial? Or did the money enable that?
The money definitely enabled that.
Right.
The money enabled us to get going. Or we would have needed
So you
banks.
could take more risk because you had more money.
And we didn't want anything to do with banks, so we didn't need to talk to a bank.
Yeah.
So we could just do it. And with our relationships I'd built up in my previous 20 years travelling, we had suppliers around the world that loved dealing with us, wanted to deal with me personally.
Yeah. So how's the travel bit fit into it?
Oh, the travel's great. Have you been to Italy before?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a wonderful place
It
to go. You get a chance to go to Italy and you have to go to Como every 2 years, or you got to go to Cologne every second year, and you need to, then while you're there, make sure you can...
yeah, but I can go to Italy without running a business.
Yeah, but it's nice when it's all funded, and it can be a nice journey for you, and you can maybe do 3 days of work and 2 weeks of holidays. It's a great thing to do.
Okay. Well, this has turned out pretty well for something that sounds like had a fair bit of lifestyle element to its business.
It had a lot of lifestyle to it.
Yeah.
It had a lot of lifestyle.
But would you say that's the case now?
No. For me personally, yes. Definitely got lifestyle to it.
But not for your boys.
A few people that we listen to this will laugh right now. But not for the boys. They work really hard. But equally, I think I might have mentioned to someone before, with the succession, it's interesting. If it had been the old world prior to Amorini, I would have definitely encouraged my boys to go and do something else, because it's a hard industry, manufacturing, employing a lot of people.
Yeah.
It is a slog, and I tap my hat off to people that are still doing it.
Yeah.
This new business gives us a lot of flexibility. You get to travel, you get to explore the world while you're implementing brilliant systems. And when you're not manufacturing, you just basically have to. It's like we're a bit like an Amazon. So you have to be able to just move things around really efficiently. And if you're smart and you have the right supply chain in place and you have the right logistics set up around you, it can be a really easy business. And I love it, and my boys love it, and everyone who works with us love it.
Yeah. So I just need to nail a couple of things down here because I'm a bit confused. This is a logistics business.
Amorini is a logistics business.
Yes. And we're moving stuff around.
Yep.
We're travelling. I don't quite get why we need to go travelling to facilitate a logistics business. Yep. The other thing I want to explore is the systems element.
Yep. Because
logistics and systems do go together, so I get that. So can we just cover off on the travel bit? Why travel? How many trips have you made, and how are they How have they helped your business?
How many trips have I made? 100.
Really?
Oh, at least. The trips are
Where to?
Italy, Germany, Austria, Europe predominantly, China, Vietnam, New Zealand.
And you're going to those places to learn about logistics, or are you getting product?
We're going to learn about everything. So we're going based around an exhibition generally.
Right.
So you go to an exhibition where you'll go to the biggest furniture exhibition in the world. You'll go to the biggest component exhibition in the world.
Yeah.
To try and find new products, new ideas, new supply chain. So while you're there, you'll then go and pre-organise to go and see 2 or 3 factories of the very best in the world. Yeah. We model ours on the UK, so you'll always go to the UK. You'll go to anyone that's manufacturing for an IKEA, as an example. You'll go to people that are manufacturing best practice.
Yeah.
And then you'll find out what systems they're using by being nice and polite and pretending you're just from Australia, so you're not a threat.
You're done.
Australia, it's a wonderful thing.
Yeah.
They don't count you as opposition, and they never will. It's a great way to learn, and they offer. So then you find out where their systems and processes are coming from, and we just basically mirror that. Then you'll find some suppliers also. So when you have your suppliers who are manufacturing for you, different components, it's always good to see what they're doing. You get much more credibility when you've been to the factory and you know exactly what's going on. You can talk to someone.
So your travel enabled you to create a unique service proposition back in Australia?
Yes, very much so.
So was it a case of going on the trips and then once you got there working out how you could apply it, or did you go there knowing what you were looking for?
Maybe now we know what we're looking for a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because we've narrowed down our target market.
Yeah.
But primarily you're just going looking for ideas.
Yeah.
You're just going over there to see what you can grab and how you can bring it back in the market. We've just done this recently with the most magnificent outdoor kitchen you've ever seen.
Yeah.
And we just had the first one turn up from Italy. It's very expensive. It's an order for one in Kew and some buildings in Kew. $30,000 a go for a little baby kitchen, not as long as this table. But when we sent Mitchell then to go and look at the factory up
Son number 1,
son number 2,
son
number 2, he went over last year and went up to the factory, which is just above Venice, where a lot of this stuff's made, and realised that there is no way they could deliver on what they said they were going to be able to do for us. Beautiful product, wonderful product, but would have let us down once we got a big order. So then we've had to find alternate supplies, which we have in that same region. Yeah.
So just going back to the original methodology, you sound extremely entrepreneurial, and you sound like you've gone and travelled the world in discovery of something you're not really that sure of. You had the money to be able to do it, so that's a really good start, but you must also have had a real spirit of inquiry or willingness to create something. Where do you think that came from?
I don't know that it was in me. I've always been trying to find a way to do things better or faster, right from my days on the tools. I was always looking to.
But what drives that?
I'm not sure. It must be in you. There's a better way to do it. If there's a way to get from here to that finish line without having to jump over as many hurdles or get around, I want to find it. So
but everyone thinks that, but not a lot of people actually work out how to do it.
Yeah, I know. There's been plenty of times it hasn't worked. Don't worry about that.
Right.
If you have enough, if you have 10 and 6 work, you're heading in the right direction. Yeah. 4 work, maybe not so much. Yeah. But
So what's the biggest thing that's gone wrong?
Biggest thing that's gone wrong. A brand new product brought in when the dollar crashed to 59 cents. That hurt. I've had some products that have failed. I've been too early on quite a few occasions, especially when it comes to decor. When you're in our industry and you're bringing product in, it has to have a 3 to 5 Aussie flavour, and it's got to last 3 to 5 years to get payback. And I've had many a product that hasn't failed that. We have a business now called the Amorini Factory Outlet, which basically looks after a lot of products that we've bought a bit too much of.
All the mistakes.
And if it wasn't, it's not all mistakes, but I understand why you say that. And I know I led you that way, but it's more about if you want to buy, if we have to sell 50 of something and you only sell 30, you have these 20 sitting on the shelf, we have to get rid of them somehow.
Sure.
So we have an outlet that does that. And it works beautifully. Without the outlet, which that was
So the outlet's for people who want some really cheap stuff.
The outlet, I remember saying to the boys, I want you to sell $5,000 a month of this stuff.
Yeah.
And it sells $3 million a year now.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's a great way for us to look after our suppliers by turning more of their product over and balancing up our stocks.
Yeah. But it's still taken 20 years to get there.
Yeah.
And along the way, your boys have joined in. Tell us about why the boys came in and how you felt, what led up to them joining the business. Because family business or having fathers and sons is not for everyone. It can be a tough ride.
Yeah, no, I agree. But we've had a couple of little hiccups along the way, but so minor. It was just identifying that this is a good business. This business can give you a wonderful lifestyle, and it's proving that. But it was never an intent for the boys to come through the business. They turned up one day and swept the floor, and someone turned up and picked some doors on school holidays, so to speak. And then they went and travelled, and I never expected. I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't come home from what they all tend to do, head off and. Well,
if they've got your travel bug, it is a surprise they did come home.
And they both have too, by the way.
Yeah.
But no, they just basically both turned up at different times.
Yeah. During
their journey and and then got into the business and then didn't leave. So they just hang in and didn't leave. And so it is. I've really enjoyed the journey with them though. It's, we have a thing in Amorini called people come up with mission statements and visions, and I've done all that. I've spent so much money over my journey. Especially back in the old world when you have the big end of town. And we just wanted Amorini to be a really simple business. And for me to get out of bed and go to work, we came up with a slogan that said, Amorini helping others grow. And that's all I want to do. So if we just have a business that can help others grow, fortunately we've had probably 20 or 30 come through Sacred Heart. So it's been a wonderful breeding ground. And people have come through and had a great journey with us. So by helping others grow, it meant I could then work with not just my boys, with everybody. And they then have to work helping others grow. And we've just been able to have a business that's only grown at the rate that our people are growing. We have 65 people, and not one person has come from a CCAD.
Yeah, right.
They've all come from word of mouth.
Yeah, right.
It's almost like a bit of a boys' club, so to speak.
Yeah. So that's a really interesting culture, very successful, obviously.
Yeah, it is.
People are happy to be there. They're growing, they're developing, and it's obviously a priority of yours to ensure that keeps going.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, we just produced a culture video, which is wonderful. So to make sure we encapsulate it, so when you want to come and join us, you obviously have to look through this culture video and say, hey, is that the sort of company I want to be in? Because our culture is not shifting. Our values aren't shifting. Yeah. So if your values don't align with our values, please don't join us because we aren't changing.
Yeah. Interesting. So there's a little bit more to this business than selling chipboard.
There's a lot of common sense, and there's a lot of. I've always been system oriented. From day one, everything. As I said before, James, if there's a smarter way to do it, find it. But I hate making a mistake. If we might make a mistake, that's fine. But what do we have to do to adjust the system? No one intentionally tries to make a mistake. So we just have to have the courage to harness all that, those mistakes that are made along the way, and naturally they are. So what broke in the system? How can we fix that link? If there was a link that went all the way through, how do we fix those links? So we can deliver your kitchen 100% on time, as promised, as delivered, or enable you, if you're our customer, to do that. Because what's the purpose of business? To gain, keep and grow the right customer. So if we can gain you as a kitchen distributor, and we've got half a dozen big ones, if we can gain you, even if you're from Bunnings all the way to a little bloke around the corner selling 2 and 3 kitchens a month, if we can gain you, we want to keep you and we want to help you grow. So by us, we basically put all our systems into their businesses. That's probably quite unique, actually. We've created a system, start to finish, from design, from capture, CRM, to design, to delivering the kitchen out the door, and TradePoint, one of our businesses, installs it. We've got a whole process that you need to follow if you want to deal with us.
So am I right in saying that logistics is very much reliant on excellent systems?
Oh, unbelievable. There is nothing else.
And excellent systems are heavily reliant on people following them.
Yes.
So we talked about culture a minute ago.
Yep.
How complex are perhaps a better question is, you've just described how your system works in really macro terms. How do you get people to follow that day in, day out to ensure that you get from the start to the end with as few mistakes as possible so that your customer's happy?
Okay, you start small. You start and you understand it yourself. Every system that's gone in, I've worked myself.
So you're the chief innovation officer, but you're also got an eye for detail on the systems.
An eye for detail to a point.
Right.
I need people around me. I need great people around me with real eye to detail. But I know that we want to go from the start to the finish, and I want to know any block that's in the way. So the best way to do that is for me to be very much engaged.
Yeah.
And then,
but is a block a time block or
it
something
might be
else?
anything. It might be a time or a user. It's not user friendly.
Yep.
It might be it might be anything. It might be anything that doesn't allow us to communicate effectively. But from the moment your email comes through,
I want some chipboard.
You want a kitchen, you want a chipboard. I like that. I shouldn't have started with that one.
Sorry.
But I get it. And I played that one too.
I'm trying to keep it simple.
Yeah, no, I do. Yeah. We are just simple purveyors of chipboard.
Yeah.
But we just won Kitchen of the Year last year again in the HIA thing. So anyway, I won't go there. But to be able to turn around and get a kitchen delivered right first time, every component has to follow a particular path, and every person has to press the right button. And if you turn around, Mrs. Jones, and say to me, you didn't deliver my handles, a trivial thing like that, we can go back to the original email that said, you said you were going to do your own handles there and there on my iPhone. I can tell you every job that's going on around Australia, sitting on my phone right now. I can tell you exactly what port it's at, where it's at, whether it's on the truck, whether it's in your house, what you said, and what you said 20 emails ago. I don't have to go through an email. It's there.
So Mrs. Jones changes her mind a little bit from time to time through the process?
Yeah, naturally.
Yeah. And it could be Mr. Jones as well,
It could be very much Mr. Jones. Or they haven't communicated, which is more likely what's happened.
Yeah, right. How many components in a kitchen?
It could be from 70 to 150 SKUs. We just call them SKUs. It's just a barcode SKU. It's just a...
Right, so it's all barcode.
Starts off as a beautiful picture.
Right.
And the picture is what... You've seen the picture. You've signed off on that beautiful drawing.
Okay, so the handles have gone missing, not because there's something wrong with the system, but because of the communication with Mr. or Mrs. Jones.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe.
And you've got a record of all of that.
We've got a record of everything.
Yeah, so that sounds really pretty complicated.
Yeah, and that starts at the very start.
Yeah.
And then it flows through and to our installers on site who finish off taking beautiful pictures, wandering around of that scratch on that door after the plasterers have been in. Well, it wasn't us. There's that door. There wasn't a scratch there when we left, and you sign the document.
So this is now actually starting to sound like pretty hard work.
It's not hard work. It's just a brilliant system. Follow the system.
Yeah, but
that works.
Creating brilliant systems, most businesses don't have brilliant systems, and that's the problem. Is that you get inconsistent outcomes, doesn't matter what you're producing, because you don't have brilliant systems. Or you do have brilliant systems and you can't get your people to follow them.
Yeah.
You've been able to do both.
Yeah. Through yes, you're right, through a bit of training, the older generally, and a rule of thumb, the older we are, the harder it is to get people to change. Some people have trouble changing dishwashing liquid, so try and get those people to move what they were doing. So we don't employ from the industry anymore. So we don't want people to come in with preconceived thoughts about what a kitchen is, how a kitchen industry works. We want people that are really good communicators, really nice people that can, that can learn. The young kids just learn so much faster. AI is going to be wonderful. We're using it so much now. That's just incredible.
How are you using that?
We're using it in our designs. We're using it in our.
But what are you using? Sorry, can I ask?
We're using it with people's with emails. It's responding to emails. It's responding.
So you got bots.
We got bots. We just had a session at a workshop at Middleton last week with one of our business, KWS, trying to just encourage people not to be scared of AI. Basically, to try and please use it. It's the fourth age. Here it is. Use it, understand it, befriend it. Don't be scared of it. It's wonderful how where that's going to go is exciting. So for me, I'll retire once I understand exactly what AI is going to do in the next 3 or 4 years, because I want to know what's going on. I don't want to be one of these dinosaurs that doesn't quite understand, and that's in my era. I don't want to be one of those people that couldn't use a computer before the computer age, and couldn't use a mobile phone. I want to be able to use AI. All our people to be using AI.
Yeah, I don't think there's any danger that you're going to be sitting around watching the world go by, from what I've heard.
Yeah, and I'd hope not.
Can we just go back to your boys? Is there a plan that you can talk about for the next 5 to 10 years with them?
Yeah, there definitely is. The exit strategy for our original investors.
Yep.
So Amorini is now 100% family.
So you and your 2 boys?
Me and my 2 boys.
Yep.
The boys are involved. They've got a shareholding in the business.
Yep.
I've got controlling interest, and I'll keep that for a little while yet. They're still learning, but they've learned so beautifully. It's going to be wonderful. I can just see the succession working seamlessly.
Yeah.
I'll just wait. I love the industry, so I'm not quite ready to get out, and I've still got a bit to offer, but I just don't need to be there on a day-to-day basis. So the boys are running the show now. I'll sit around.
So what are their roles specifically?
Christopher, the oldest son, he looks after sales and marketing and all the customers, and he does that beautifully. He's very good on systems. So he's grabbed a system side of the business, and he's the one that's driving all that, the innovation in the systems. And Mitchell plays with product, but he's the operations guy. So Mitch is very much operations and finance. Yeah. And then we have a finance director in as well, Scotty.
Yeah. So you've worked out the 2 key elements of your business. Chris looks after one side of it. Mitch looks after the other side of it. How did you arrive there? I mean, how did you work out who's going to do what? You got 2 boys, not 1.
We had breakfast 6 or 7 years ago, and I said, if you can't sort 8 years ago, if you can't sort this one out, boys, I'm selling the company.
Wow.
It was that black and white.
Yeah.
So it was like you sort out which side you're playing and get really, 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 really good at it.
Yeah.
Focus on it, and they have got on brilliantly, and it's worked brilliantly. So I'm hoping that can continue. I did exactly the same thing with Paul, even though I might have been
your father-in-law.
No, my brother-in-law.
Your brother-in-law.
Yeah. Even though I was sort of the front man, Paul was that man behind the scenes that we worked incredibly well together. I didn't think I would continue on after Paul retired because it was going to be too hard. But fortunately, the advent of systems, the introduction of some of the stuff Xero does from a finance perspective, with a bit of help from your team, and then it's worked nicely. And I wanted the boys to go down that same role. One look after one side, one look after the other. And
so going into that breakfast, was there confusion about what they were doing? Why'd you have to have the breakfast?
Probably some ego.
From the boys?
Probably not. From some ego. Probably some confusion.
So the boys sort of thought,
who's going to be the boss?
Yeah, who's going to be the boss?
Who's going to be the boss?
Well, that's a pretty big thing for 2 boys in their early 30s to try and work out.
Yeah.
And you said, work it out or else.
Yeah.
And they did.
Yeah, they did. They did it very well. That was nice.
Right.
Maybe coming up.
What if they came to you and said, we both want to be CEOs, we want to be joint CEOs? That happens a fair bit.
Yeah. I don't know. I actually don't know. I could have
sold the business.
Probably
maybe.
sold. We could sell it for a lot of money.
Were you serious about that threat?
I didn't want it to happen because it's a great business.
Yeah.
But could I?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been the answer is yes, but family's first. So as you know, you don't
100%.
Don't split a family up over business. Business is just business. So no, I would have worked away out. I would have re-educated the.
Okay, so you threatened them and got the outcome you wanted.
Yeah, I think so.
But if you hadn't, you would have worked some other way.
Worked away out.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So you know your boys pretty well.
I think so. I think so. I'm not sure, but yeah, I do.
So, okay, so one's looking after systems, one's looking after the product. You're still flying overseas, being innovative and coming up with all sorts of things to keep the business at the forefront of your industry. What are the things that get in the way of being hyper innovative?
Hyper innovative. What gets in the way? You can be very disruptive. I have to be very careful. My wife tells me, my friends tell me, you just don't, if I get bored, I'll start another business. I'll just go and start something. And I'm sure there's a whole lot of people like me around the world. I'm not the only one. When you're creative, when you're innovative, you just see an opportunity and you think, wow.
So can I be rather provocative and say that if you were 10, you would be diagnosed with ADHD?
I don't think they did that back when I was 10.
No, that's what I'm saying.
No, not necessarily. I'm not a workaholic.
Mm.
Some people are. I'm not a workaholic.
No, but it sounds like you get bored and then you want to go and do something else.
I get bored. I don't like maintaining. Some people like maintaining.
Yeah.
And they're good at it.
Yeah.
And compliance and everything. I like innovating.
Well, you got a good business to maintain. You maintain that and things are fine.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the boys maintain that now.
Mm.
So I don't need to maintain that.
Mm.
I need to find things to do.
Yeah.
So I'll go out.
Hence the title.
Yeah. Innovation officer. I'll go find something this year. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
There's something that'll be out there that needs to be put in or changed or make everyone become a bit disruptive for the industry. I love doing that.
So your boys like that?
Yeah, I think so.
Mm.
Yeah, they've got that trade in them. They'll continue. We spend a lot of time travelling together. You spend a lot when you're on a plane, when you really great content when you travel. You might go away for 10, 12 days and you work 3 of those days. The rest is in transit, moving around.
But you're still thinking about the business.
And talking about it and learning and exploring. And it's amazing what can come to you just sitting in a cafe, sitting in a, you'll walk past a retail store and you think, wow, don't they present that beautifully?
Yeah.
I wonder how they got that there. You'll see someone delivering and say, wow, look at the way that truck's set up.
Yeah.
And you're looking at what I want the boys to do, and they know it, is I want them to think like Amazon are going to go into kitchens. Mm. If Amazon went into kitchens, how would they do it? Mm. How would they get that product around the country so effectively, so well?
Well, you wouldn't rule it out, would you?
I wouldn't rule it out at all. Mm. So if we can think Amazon and then benchmark a little bit with IKEA for colour, design, process, but just make a product, and nothing wrong with IKEA product, by the way, but just do it better. Yeah. Just nicer, a bit better quality. Yeah. And if we can combine the IKEA designs with the Amazon process, and we just continue to do that, that's what I want them to do. If they do that, they can conquer the world. Yeah.
So can I suggest, and you can agree or disagree, obviously, but you travel 12 days, you work solidly in displays and whatever for 3, conferences for 3. You've then got 9 where you've got unstructured thinking going on, probably where a whole lot of stuff comes that you wouldn't otherwise get if you're sitting in the office or in the warehouse.
As Confucius says, look at the thing that says take time to think. Yeah. And if you take time to think, you must take it out of your day. I've always been good at that. Mm. People say that's all I do. They say I don't work. But I'm working 24/7. I love working 24/7.
Well, it's never too far away from you.
Business is a hobby. Yeah. Business is fun. Yeah. It's not my job. It's just, I love it. So I won't, playing golf, play golf a little bit. Yeah. Fish I like. Yeah. Surf a bit. A lot less these days. Yeah. Still play basketball a bit. But my real hobby, I have to say, is probably business. Mm.
Can we just go to the culture piece in terms of people? You talked about how important Sacred Heart College has been to bringing people into your business, and I think that most people listening, if they're from Adelaide, will understand what Sacred Heart College is and the type of kid that comes out of there. I understand you've also got some pretty unique ways of bringing other people into your business. Do you want to just tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, well, I suppose, as I've mentioned a few times, it's getting very hard to get good people, or to get people, let alone great people. Mm. And we've moved beyond the Sacred Heart recruiting to we've got a lot of immigrants in now. We've got Sri Lankans, we've we've got Brazilians, we've got some Colombians, people working with us, and Syrian refugees. Well, that's an interesting one for us. So there was an article in the paper one time about how it was very hard for people to get in our community when they come over as refugees.
So these are people who've been here for 3 months?
For 3 months, 6 months, a year, don't speak English.
Right.
So we brought a particular person in and we gave him an opportunity.
Yeah.
And he ended up being a great kid. He's since gone to Sydney and moved on with his soon-to-be wife. He couldn't speak English, so we basically had to help him get into it, learn and understand our culture. And
that must have been extra work for you.
It is, and it's been the same with everyone. So it's definitely harder in the short term. Yeah. But to help people grow and to help people develop is what we're about. So I'm unconditional with that. We'll take time. Yeah. We will be, especially learning some of the systems and processes and some of the Australian way of doing things, some of the jargon that goes on, and then yet alone on building sites. Yeah. You put someone on a building site that doesn't speak English or doesn't speak English very well. It's really hard.
So how many of your 65 workforce are immigrants?
Probably 15, maybe even 20 now.
Yeah, okay. Significant.
Probably almost the last 15.
Yeah, right. Wow.
They're just wonderful because, as I said to you before, when someone comes in and they say, hey, I really like this place, they recommend someone to come and join us. Yeah. And as you know, with us, we only want them to recommend really good people. Yeah. So you recommend someone and they're coming in on your bat, a bit like joining a golf club. You know, if you have to recommend someone to join the golf club, you get a sign, you're basically validating that they're a good person. Yeah. It's the same with our recruitment policy.
Well, they're a person who's going to fit your culture.
Fit our culture.
So you've got immigrants who've come from Syria and
Sweden, Japan.
Yeah, all sorts of places. Yep. And they've embraced your culture.
Yes. And they're all still with us.
Yeah,
apart from the Syrian lady.
But some of them can't speak English.
They can now. And the more and the better they get at speaking English, the better they can, slip into our Australian culture. As well as their own. Yeah. I know it's been wonderful. It's a great journey. I love it. The conversations are better. The food's better. Because you're always the Brazilians with their barbecues. The food's better. The people are better, and it's helping all our people.
Yeah, your culture as well.
Really understand that, and they're so grateful. We are short of skilled people. We need skilled people. Yeah. Yeah.
So your experience is that immigration has been excellent for your business.
It's wonderful. We need it. We need it.
And so if immigration was cut, that would be a problem for your business.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be definitely.
Why can't you just find Sacred Heart kids or other kids from Adelaide to do it?
It's just getting harder. There's so many other opportunities for them. They can sit behind and be an AI analyst. They can sit on a desk, and people no one wants to drive a truck anymore. Yeah. It's just simple little things like that, delivering products. Yeah. People don't want to drive the apprenticeships aren't as sexy anymore. It's not.
Notwithstanding that they pay well.
They do pay well, and the career path's fantastic. The earning opportunities and the development opportunities we offer.
Where can Amorini go?
Where can it go? Look, it can go wherever the boys want to take it.
Well, okay. Whose decision is it? You're the managing director.
Yeah.
If the boys say we want to take it from 30 to 100 turnover, whose call's that?
At the moment, it's my call. There's a lot of risk with going from 30 to 100, as you know, and over what time. Yep. One of the beauties of Amorini, be my previous world, when you had an exit and you had to grow from 25 million to 100 million, which we did while I was CEO. Now, growing from 25 to 100 obviously happens with acquisitions as well in a short period. Mm-hmm. We did that. We bought door companies. We bought a few things. You lose the people along the way because you're growing so quick.
Because your culture changes.
Yep. And they say culture alignment takes 7 years. I used to think I was bulletproof. I could fight that. Yeah. But I learned traveling to Sydney that's a real hard thing.
So that's one of the impediments to fast growth is culture change. Yeah. So you don't want to change culture. That's a fundamental.
No, and equally, you don't want to go to 30 to 100 if you only end up making 5% and you're making 10% at 50. Yep. What's the point?
Yep. So a lot of the building industry, that's what they do.
Yeah, no, we won't.
Really
we won't
small
do that.
margins.
So if our bottom line, if the margins drop, we'll just slow the rate down so we can continue the bottom line growth. And that's, so we all know the terminology there.
So whatever the decision is, that there's a lot of thought would go into it, but you're still the ultimate decision maker.
Yeah.
Most hobbies continue until you're, well, in a coffin.
Yep.
Is that your plan?
No, not at all. I reckon I've got another 5 years of adding value.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll put me towards 70.
Why only 5 years?
I don't know, because I said that 5 years ago. I don't want to think I'm hanging around forever.
Well, what's to stop you in 5 years going, I got another 5 years?
Yeah, if I
do the Rupert Murdoch, retire at 93.
Yeah, no, if I do that, Suzanne doesn't want me home anyway. So
okay.
She, that's my wife. So yes. She wants me to keep working.
Yeah.
No, as long as I can do it on my terms. And if you said to me, "Hey Stephen, we're going to a golf trip to Ireland, 4 months' time, you want to come?"
Yeah.
I can say yes.
Yeah.
If you say you want to go fishing next week,
yeah,
I can say yes.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do those things. I'm happy to continue to work as long as I'm adding value. When they'll tell me, actually the boys are really good. They'll tell me when I'm not adding value.
Will they?
They'll tell me.
Really?
We've got a great culture.
Yeah, right.
They'll tell
you've
me.
obviously got a great relationship with your boys as well.
Yeah, I have. Yeah. No.
So they can tell you things you don't want to hear.
Oh, very much so.
Yeah.
It's very much a part of what we do. There's been a lot of training going there. We've done a lot of personal development training.
Have you? With your boys?
Yeah, all of us.
Can you just tell us about that? How's that worked?
Oh, we had a team come in last year and worked through leadership training. They've done the Dale Carnegie courses.
Yeah.
They've done a lot of, apart from the academic side, we've made everyone spend a lot of money doing courses to learn about themselves.
Right.
They do a lot of work with, the boys walked Kokoda late last year with Breakthrough. It was a wonderful thing for them to learn about themselves, to work on their skills. And so we're forever finding ways to continue to develop what's going on here. Mental health's a major issue. We're one of the major sponsors for Breakthrough for mental health research. Yeah. So the boys know intrinsically that what's right and what's not right, and in a business sense, and they know how important people are to our business. So going back to your previous question about growth will only happen as our people grow. We won't just go and employ another 20 or 30 or 40 people to double the size of the business. There's no need.
Yeah.
We don't have an exit. We built for sale, like every business should do.
Yeah.
So we could sell tomorrow. Someone could walk in tomorrow, do due diligence and go, wow, how neat is this thing?
Yeah.
How well is it set up?
Yeah.
I know what it has to look like because I've done it before.
So growth is an outcome, not an objective.
Very much so.
Yeah.
That's the best way to put it, James.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
Yeah.
It's what we're doing.
Yeah.
It will happen. There was no intent to grow Amorini. No intent to grow it to where it is at the moment, but it's just happening. And I can feel with the blue chip customers that we've got in place now, some of the builders, the way the processes systems, the way people are coming to us, that they'll continue to grow. If they we've got $5 million of stock, we've $5 million of stock with stock turns very low because of freight issues and COVIDs and all that sort of stuff. If we could trust our supply chain a bit more, they could double the turnover by increasing stock turns another 3 or 4.
Yeah. Yeah.
By getting more efficient.
Yeah. Well, you've done exceptionally well, can I say? And it seems to me that what you've articulated really well is some key elements to that success, being extremely innovative and willing to travel the world and find things and then implement them via systems which enable really successful logistical control over a reasonably complicated 150 component kitchen or whatever it is. And you've got a culture which clearly is highly important underpinning the whole thing. So I think there's a lot of really good lessons there for lots of businesses. So thanks very much for sharing your story, Stephen. It's been fascinating. There's so much to it, from leaving Seaview, Seacombe High, up to where you are now with a $30 million business and 65 people. Congratulations on what you've done, and thanks for sharing today. Yeah,
no, thank you very much. It's been nuts. It's quite funny when you do reflect on that and some of those questions you asked. What would you have done? Wow, I'll take those home to think about. But we'll continue to travel and continue to enjoy the journey. It's a wonderful journey. And yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me.
My pleasure.